what packaged foods are good for kids' lunchboxes? Very controversial topic, but thank you. Thank you. We've got our dietitian here. Thank you to her and her great topics that she brings to us. Thank you for coming, Marcia.
That's okay.
So we are going to talk a little bit about packaged foods and what packaged foods are good for us.
Sure.
So can you give us a little bit of an outline?
Yeah, look, it is very controversial, and research seems to say Australian kids have about 2 to 3 packaged foods each day in their lunchbox.
Wow, okay.
So that is quite a bit, and my feeling would be to have less and to bring more from home rather than relying on more expensive packaging. I must say, though, that food industry has come a long way and they are reducing the portions, and they're becoming more aware of sugar and salt as well.
Yeah.
So generally speaking, there are better options out there. The things that I've selected for a couple of reasons, in that they give us calcium or protein, or they've got whole grains in them. So I've tended to try and look at those sorts of things and what we can get from packages.
That's awesome. So what have you got here? I could see, I think that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, well, this could double up as an ice brick if you really want to get it cool and then put it near some foods in your lunchbox.
Great
and
idea.
It's a really good source of calcium for them.
Yep.
I know my kids really like to just drink plain soy milk like that.
Yeah,
They're quite happy
and probably
with that.
better than having a juice, like a little pop of juice.
Yeah, definitely. So that's useful, really valuable. I know that cheese dippers are very popular out there, but they tend to be high in salt and also in fat as well.
Yes.
If you're going to go down that path, it's better to just slice up your own from home and bring
give
some
them
whole
crackers
grain
with it.
crackers.
Or even having some hummus.
Yeah, definitely hummus. That's a legume. So that's counting towards protein, and it's going to give some iron as well.
Actually, I think that is better than cheese dippers, because I did that with my kids, because I remember them seeing the cheese dippers and I was like, let's try the hummus with the crackers.
It's a great
And you can
option.
actually get the crackers and the hummus together.
Yes,
like the cheese dippers.
You definitely can. I've also got some legumes. So if you can get the lightly salted fava beans and chickpeas, they're a great addition. And baked beans too.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
These can actually be counted towards vegetable serves, and we're never getting enough veggies in our diet.
And fibre.
Fibre as well, protein, they cover all boxes.
That's awesome.
The seaweed snacks are really popular with kids, but they can be highly salty and quite oily as well.
Yes, they are.
I've actually just got a nori sheet, sliced it up, really light coating of olive oil, and roasted it for about 10 or so minutes.
I love that idea, because when I saw them come out, I was like, my kids love those, but they're so oily and salty. And she said, yeah, I've just put them in the oven. And so I'm going to try and make those today, actually, for my kids.
They actually are very crisp as well.
They are. I had
They're really
one.
good. So they're
crunchy.
great. Popcorn, air popped if possible, with lightly salted if possible. It's always best. That's a better alternative to chips and sweet biscuits.
Yep.
And then your dried fruit is always a better option to sweet biscuits. You don't need it every day, but it's a good option. The fruit balls are really popular at the moment.
Yes, they are.
They are basically
protein balls, smoosh balls, or whatever
They're mostly dates though, and sure, they might say they're putting some veggies in, but it might be just a very small portion.
So they're high in sugar.
High in sugars, natural fruit sugars. Easy to overconsume, a little bit more pricey too. So keep them to a minimum. And the muesli bars, well, look for ones that are a bit less in sugar and higher in fibre. When I say less in sugar, 15 grams per 100 gram or less.
Yes.
If it's coming from dried fruit, you're allowed to have that a bit higher than that, but maybe don't do it every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. And my kids love these, but yeah, we're going to keep that to a minimum too.
Yeah.
So you reckon just being smart about which ones you pick, and being mindful of the ingredients, not using the really long ingredients, trying to find things that are a bit less in ingredients.
Yes, less
Thank you
processed.
so much. This is great. Thank you, Marcia, for coming today.
That's okay.
We'll see you guys with some more great health tips next time.